I figure we can talk about some of these other articles first. And I have the Sony PS5 one, Diablo Immortal thing, Overwatch 2 thingy, Final Fantasy 7, um, Halo Infinite stupid fuck up, Lollipop Chainsaw, Skyrim being the top 20, PS Plus, Nintendo Direct. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
It's supposed to be 94 fucking degrees. Disgusting.
Hmm.
It said it's supposed to be 94 degrees tomorrow.
Okay, turn my air off for like today. I'm gonna have to turn it right back on in the morning.
Gross.
I'll turn it on before I go to bed, honestly. But
Okay. Alright, well, everyone, welcome to the podcast. I am your host with
well,
the most, Afro Black, here with my motherfucking casual co host, Marcos Portrait. Say hello
hello,
to the people.
hello to the people.
Hello to the people. He's a bit tired tonight, lads.
I'm a sleepy sheepy.
He's sleepy sheepy, so it's not gonna be a very long episode today, but we're gonna do what we can. It's been a
I'm not gonna do a long one. Let's do it for like 4 hours. Neil Druckmann is still alive, so it fuels my rage.
I
Okay.
did try the Spotify thing. It should be working right now actually, but it's not showing for some reason. I don't know why.
Spotify thing. What's Spotify thing?
It's a extension that my friend Talia showed me that shows your Spotify playlist in active time, but
Oh,
it's
it's
not
cool.
showing for whatever reason. I don't know why.
That's pretty rad.
I know, right? If it was working. But yeah, we got a few different articles for y'all tonight. Um, let's go ahead and start with the Skyrim one. So let's see here. When was this made? So on the 14th, it looks like IGN came out with an article saying for the first time since 2017, Skyrim is back in the U.S. top 20 games. Um, According to the NPD's group monthly report, game sales were at their lowest for a single month since February of 2020, down 19% year over year to 3.7 billion. It's a significant milestone after the surge of spending gaming saw during pandemic-related lockdowns. Why is it happening now? One major reason: no new massive games. Elden Ring was the best-selling game of May after taking the number 2 spot in April to Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and it remains the best-selling game this year. Lego Star Wars dropped to number 2 this month and followed by Nintendo Switch Sports, though it's always possible Nintendo first-party games sell better than depicted since Nintendo doesn't share digital sales data with the NPD group. At number 4 was the only new game released in May to breach the top 50 bestsellers for May, Evil Dead the Game, with only
Oh,
one new game in the top 50, and even blockbusters like Elden Ring starting to slow down. That left room for Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Parker Pike. How's it going, Chief? Of all things, to rank number 20 in the first appearance in the top 20 since November 2017, with Steam accounting for nearly half of its May sales. Welcome back, Dragon. How you feel about that, Kata?
Uh, I mean, I'm glad people stopped buying GTA 5. Glad people have figured out there is in fact a second game in existence.
I don't know what you mean. GTA 5 is the only thing that needs to exist in my book.
Yeah, it's great. My favorite part is how they try and retrofit shit into a 10-year-old engine.
Parker Piker, thanks for the follow, Chief. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I don't follow because you're my buddy's cousin. Which cousin of
No,
mine?
man. Follows a follow.
That's a good question. I mean, that's fair. I'm not complaining. I just want to know which one. I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird for me, or kind of weird for them to insinuate that the only reason why Skyrim became in the top 20s because there's no new games, but because like there's plenty of other games that are more up to date and are probably better. Oh, hey, what's good?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm assuming you're Tyler's friend then. What's good,
I
boys?
mean, like, I have a very special place in my heart for Skyrim, just kind of with like the point that it came out in my life originally and where I was at, and like what it did for me personally,
Mm-hmm.
without going into a 40-minute fucking draw my lifestyle YouTube video. Um, I I'm amazed that people are still buy. It's like one of those instances like GTA 5 where it has consistently been a top seller for so long. I am still genuinely baffled that there are people that
Don't have
are
it.
buying it. Yeah, exactly.
Like the game's been out for what, a decade now at this point?
Yeah, it'll be 12 years in November or 11 years in November.
S-
Came out 11/11/11.
But I mean, you got to remember, dude, you got all the different editions. They probably don't have the anniversary yet.
Oh no. You mean that version where they just like took popular mods from Steam and put them into the game? Which is literally all they did.
Yeah, that's fair. They just kind of said, "I like your guys' mods. Let me just go ahead and steal these real quick. Don't worry, we won't
Ron
put your
Howard
name
said
on
that
it."
fishing is canon.
It's great. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think there
Yeah,
are a lot more
it's cool
games
that
that
it's
deserve to be bought than Skyrim at this point. The game has been out for 11 years. I had my fun with it, but at this point, I don't think that people really need to be buying it anymore. Especially if you already have one of the other versions, which more than likely you already do. So,
yeah, but like I don't know. All to say, I'm not going to take away from people's enjoyment of it. Like it's a fantastic game, especially if you somehow never played it before. I definitely recommend playing through it at least once,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
and
So,
then you can play through Oblivion and Morrowind after and realize that Skyrim is the weakest out of the three. But one step at a time.
just had to throw that one in there, huh?
One step at a time. Yep, 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 yep. It's fine.
Jesus. What do you want, deuces? All right, but let's see here. On to the next one. Why don't you tell us about this possible leak about Nintendo Direct, Carter?
Oh yeah. So being that everyone else has had their not E3 showcase this month, Nintendo's kind of the last one on the chopping block for that. And pretty much like all of, I don't know, I think the one in the article I linked, it was like Alana Pierce was saying that we're gonna have one this month.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you don't know who Alana Pierce is, she was a former IGN editor, pretty big in like the YouTube streaming scene. And she does a lot of stuff with like Rooster Teeth. Um, Recently she's been working with Santa Monica for almost 3 years now, with God of War, Ragnarok. So, I mean, she's definitely someone who knows her shit and undoubtedly has her sources. So,
That's fair.
it's a little more credibility than some dude with a fucking Waddle Dee profile picture on Twitter going, there's going to be an announcement soon and they're going to talk about games. Which, I
Oh
mean, is
shit.
basically all those ever boil down to anyway. But, like, I don't know. I had kind of posted that in the hopes that something was going to happen with that. And so far, Nintendo is like the last bastion for announcing video games this month. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
they're going for for the edge for the edging kind of route, you know. They're waiting to the last
Yeah,
second.
they're undoubtedly going to do something this month, though. They always do something in June, and it's been. I think their last proper big direct was back in like fucking February or March. It was whichever one they had done the reveal for Klonoa. I can't remember how long ago that was now. But
That's fair. Um,
it's definitely due. Beyond like Fire Emblem coming out next week, and then Xenoblade and Splatoon, we really don't know too much about the first party lineup for the second half of the year. So
I like it. I like it. Um, let's see here. I don't know. Are there any games that you're expecting them to like to show at Nintendo Direct this time?
we are still waiting, as we have since 2017. We are still waiting on the Metroid Prime 4 update, I guess, at this point, because they have said jack shit on it since E3 2017, where they've said that it's in development. That was also famously or infamously where they had announced that Bayonetta 3 was in development, and then we went 5 years without getting an update from them until earlier this year.
That's fair.
So I would hope Metroid Prime is in a similar spot by now.
God, that would be fantastic. I'd love to be able to play a new Metroid game. Speaking of which, I still need Dread. God damn it.
I still have not played Dread either. It's on my list. Yeah, there's that. I know it's not technically a first party game, but I would like to see some more stuff about Pokemon. Um, with it being as close to the launch of Xenoblade 3 as it is now, it is set to launch next month, if I remember correctly. I would like to see a lot more of it, frankly. Um, Splatoon 3 is coming out soon. There's plenty of games that we know about that they could show off a bunch of stuff for ahead of launch. Um, Plus, and not that we're like super late in the year for them to start showing stuff off for next year, but outside of Zelda, we really don't know anything about what their plans are for 2023.
True. Okay.
And that felt like a big focus of, I don't know, seeing all of the other dev teams and like companies that were kind of showing off their 2023 docket this week, this month. I would be curious to see Nintendo at least start to do that at this point. Um, we also don't have any kind of fucking set release date for the second wave of Mario Kart 8 DLC. And they have said that the entire season pass will be done by end of next year.
Oh shit.
So it would be cool to have at least, I don't know, I would say at least one more, but realistically, we should probably have at least two more if they plan on doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I don't know. I
I
just,
honestly need to get Mario Kart because I keep
you don't
forgetting
have
to.
Mario Kart 8?
I don't have that. I don't have Smash Bros.
What the fuck?
I'm missing a lot of party games to be honest.
You're missing, it's not even party games. Like, those are fucking essentials, dude.
I mean, I consider them party games because I'm not really gonna touch them unless, like, I have guests over and shit.
No, dude, Smash Ultimate is. I remember when that game came out, and even like as the DLCs rolled out, I would sit down and hash out Classic Mode with the entire roster.
Okay, fair enough.
And then the online, I've had pretty good luck with it. I know it's not necessarily great for everyone, depending on where they live and their internet and shit. But
Yeah,
when I am able to get a good Wi-Fi mention, I have a fucking blast with it, even if I get shit stomped half the time. But
that's fair. Let's see. I need to click. Okay, that's not bad. I don't want this though. I don't understand why it does that. Anyways, let's see here. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly I don't pay attention all too much about when it comes to Nintendo games. It's just kind of like when they pop up on, hey, this is getting released soon. It's just like that's when I decide whether or not to care about it. And like, don't get me wrong, love Nintendo to death, but like, at the same time, I don't play a lot of console games. So it's just kind of like I don't spend a lot of energy. Like I spend a lot more energy looking into it, at least a little bit now because we talk about it on here for people that do have play a lot of Switch. But like for me personally, I don't usually look out for it to be honest.
I love my Switch.
Don't get me wrong, I love my Switch. It is fan fucking tastic. And I still agree. I still think that people should have one in their home, especially if they have kids.
Yeah, that way you can play Doom Eternal on the go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
One of the best FPSs of this generation.
quite true, quite true. But, let's see. Moving on to the next one. Let's see here. New PS Plus launch sees over 200 games leave the service. Sony has finally launched its ambitious PlayStation Plus revamp in North America, giving more gamers the chance to check out the new subscription tiers and everything they have to offer. For those who may not have been following along, Sony has made some big changes to PlayStation Plus in an effort to compete more directly with Microsoft's Game Pass. The jury is still out there on whether Sony's efforts will be successful or not, but the revamp has already suffered a big blow. The new PlayStation Plus tiers give PlayStation 4 and 5 gamers three options to choose from. PlayStation Plus Essential is vanilla PS Plus, giving players access to monthly free games, various discounts on the PlayStation Store, and online multiplayer. Plus Extra is the next step up, essentially combining the existing PlayStation Now service with PS Plus and adding some newer, higher profile games into the mix. PS Plus Premium is the priciest tier. It gives the users access to retro games, some of which come with enhancements to improve the experience for modern gamers. Um, it seems that combining PS Now with PS Plus for the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tiers has caused an exodus of games that were previously available to play through PlayStation Now. A list was compiled by PSN Profiles user Starvar of over 200 games that are on the way out. I'm not trying to read all these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no.
I, basically there were a lot of games. I don't know. The way that they had advertised this is it was going to be a revamp, and it is. It's a revamp of the PS Now fucking streaming model that they've had and they were falling on their ass with for the last 5 years. But in doing this relaunch, there are a lot of games that they have very quietly removed from the service without really any kind of fanfare. And people were kind of expecting the stuff that's on there to stay on there. I mean, because it is like Game Pass, where after a while certain games leave, and it's to be expected. But just like I don't know, almost the proliferation in which games were just kind of no longer on there anymore. One of the big examples is you used to have the Metal Gear Solid HD collection and then the PS3 games like MGS4. None of those are on there anymore, whether that's Konami or which I'm almost positive it is, but there's just a lot of notable things like that even as far as like console exclusives go, just kind of disappeared without any warning. And it's really weird to see them do that without even so much as like a hey, these are going away with this. It was just kind of something that it launched on Tuesday and it was a thing.
Tisk tisk.
So I don't know. I've kind of been going pretty. A lot of my gaming this week has been based on this new service. Um, I've been playing a lot of the stuff. I've got shameless plug. I've been streaming Ape Escape. We actually just got the 100% today. Um, so I've definitely had my time with it, and I think in time it's definitely going to be good. But on the whole, the way it's launched, it's kind of off to a worrying start.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, I we'll see. Like I said, I'm sure so much of it's like the developers, because while a lot of them are like PlayStation exclusive games, a lot of them are also third-party games where they would ultimately have final say on what makes it and what doesn't. And I can definitely see Konami being something where they're not going to see anything on the back end of a monthly streaming service or a monthly subscription service, so pull it.
Mm.
I don't know. Not that they were making anything off the old model, but what do I know about pachinko machines, I guess.
Right. Let's see. So yeah, I don't know if it's off to that much of a rocky start. It's going to be even more uphill for them to actually beat out Xbox and show people, hey, our subscription and our console isn't as bad as people are saying. Okay.
It's really not. Like on the whole, it's a pretty decent launch. It's at least a lot better than I was going to give them credit, or than I was giving them credit for leading up to it.
That's fair.
So I'm having fun with it at least. I know a lot of people aren't, but
Well, that's good to hear. At least it's not a complete train wreck.
no. And in Thai, I with this thing launching, I think people are forgetting to how long it took Game Pass to get to where it is, and it's probably going to be the same path for Sony. Like, yes, they have all of these legacy titles, but I don't know. If you're going to sit there and dump your entire fucking backlog in on day one, you're going to give people so much fucking FOMO to the point where they won't even want to play anything because they won't know where to start.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue. Well,
That's honestly how I am with like every fucking like TV streaming service now. Is I can't, if it's not like a Disney Plus show that I know I'm gonna watch, like a Marvel show or Kenobi, like I cannot be fucked to sort through all those and figure out which one I want. It's just it's too much for me.
that's fair. That is quite a few games, honestly. I can't really blame them, I guess, for taking some of these off because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these I don't even
Well, and
recognize.
that's the other thing. Most of them that are on there, it's like I
They
don't
don't
know.
they don't
I
have
don't
the
see a fucking
population to
riot
back
in the
it up.
streets over like Peggle 2 getting axed. Like you'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Um, let's see. Um, moving on to this is a quick one. So according to True Achievements on the 15th, Lollipop Chainsaw, Jesus Christ, Chainsaw is coming back from the dead. Yoshima Yasuda, who is the executive producer on Lollipop Chainsaw, made the announcement on Twitter teasing the return of the game. Lollipop Jesus Christ, Chainsaw by Dragami Games. Please look forward to it by Yasuda. Um, he was the previous CEO of Kodakawa Games, which was responsible for publishing the game in Japan. As per Jamatsu, Yasuda has now formed Dragami Games, which he says will bring back Lollipop Chainsaw. This news comes right as the game celebrates its 10-year anniversary, which Yasuda also celebrated on Twitter. Let's see here. Is it going to be a remaster or sequel? Yasuda's tweet is incredibly vague, so we're currently unsure on how this is. Okay. So they aren't for sure
Yeah.
whether or not it's a remaster or a sequel, but what are your thoughts, Carter? Did you actually play it?
This was another one I was kind of hoping for more news to come out, so I just kind
Oh.
of dropped the article. Um, yeah, I played the first one. I don't remember a ton of like stuff about the game outside of having a good time with it. Um, I would kind of lump it in like the same category of if you enjoy stuff like No More Heroes or like DMC, just like a really dry-witted hack and slash game. It's pretty fun. The characters are super likable. Tara Strong voices the main girl's name. I can't remember her off the top of my head, but like Tara Strong's in it. She always gives really fun performances for those crazy, fucking over the top, psychotic people.
Truth.
Um, it's just, I don't know. It's a good turn off your brain and kill stuff game. Um, if you're looking for one of those, or if you're into that kind of thing. So
Fair
I
enough.
definitely say pick it up if it's on sale anywhere. I believe it's on Steam. Um, if not, it's seventh generation or no, sixth generation, PS3 and 360. So if you've got an Xbox, you can pick it up pretty cheap.
All
Um,
right.
whether it's a remaster or a proper sequel, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they say here in the coming months.
Fair enough. I am as well. I actually never played the first game, so I mean, I'm all
This is
for.
pretty good. I was kind of hoping Kane was going to be in here for this one. It's one of those games that's up his alley for sure.
That's fair. It definitely seems like it. Let's see here. Oh, we got a spicy article here. All right. Halo Infinite's Juneteenth cosmetic, briefly named after ape, sparks outcry. Last night, developer three oh well, it wasn't last night. This was on
Uh,
Wednesday, but nonetheless, the
yeah.
article says last night, developer 343 Industries rolled out a Juneteenth themed cosmetic option for Halo Infinite, its multiplayer shooter. For a moment, the affiliated Pan African themed color palette was titled Bonobo.
Is there? Why don't you educate people on what a bonobo
For
is?
what for people who don't know, a bonobo is an endangered species of great ape. I do not need to tell you how offensive that is.
As our resident African American this evening, why don't you?
um, let's see here. This week, 343 Industries added a free but time limited nameplate in commemoration of Juneteenth, a federal holiday marking the end of slavery in the U.S. At 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Halo content creator Sean W. posted a video on YouTube explaining the situation. Yes, the nameplate itself is named Juneteenth, but the color option for it, which you access via a secondary submenu, was initially listed as Bonobo. By 5:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sean W. noted on Twitter that it had been fixed, probably the quickest fix to ever roll out on Halo Infinite's turbulent history. And it's now named Freedom. Still, it absolutely boggles the mind how this happened in the first place.
Um,
Holy
the
shit.
story I have heard is that bonobo is like an internal code that they use for like other aspects of like their UI design. And according to them, and this could all be fucking bullshit, but according to the leak, it was never intended to be anything more than a placeholder. But even still, like, why is that your placeholder? Um,
That's my question.
let's think about that for half a second.
Just a small
So,
second, guys. Come on.
Halo Infinite is the game that truly continues to keep on giving.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great
Keeps
game.
giving
It's
us
totally
content.
great. I love it.
So,
Really glad that I bought an Xbox to play it. It's a really good
uh-huh.
long-term investment for me.
Um, let's see here. I understand that they put out an apology,
They
but
did.
here's the thing. I understand it wasn't on purpose, obviously. They aren't fucking stupid. However, even if it is a placeholder, okay?
I
Why
mean,
would
you
you
just said it
choose
yourself.
Bonobo?
Yeah, you just said it yourself. They're not fucking stupid.
Like, I don't
Like,
I don't understand. How do you use that even as like a placeholder? That's my question.
it just blows my mind that throughout the entire course of them, like, because here's the chain of events that would have had to happen for that to go into the game. They looked at this and said, "Hey, let's do something to celebrate Juneteenth." They said, hey, let's make an emblem. They said, hey, let's make the emblem look like this and be this. Hey, let's put this file name if anyone else in the office is working on it, because presumably there's multiple graphic designers in a game like in a studio like 343. They put it in this share folder for multiple people in this company to work on it. Not a single one of them says anything about it. Not a single one of them notices anything about it. They continue to work on this for presumably multiple days, if not a couple of weeks. And then when they're done with that, they look at it and say, okay, we're good to go. And then they put it on the game store, which has to go through QA. And Microsoft would also have to sign off on that since it's going onto their store. Throughout that entire process, not one person thought, hey, this is a bad idea. And then it made it out there. That's the part that blows my mind, is it is a first party game that not only got through 343 QA, but also Microsoft's QA.
Absolutely insane.
I can't wait for this fucking Blizzard buyout to be done to see what other kinds of amazing shit that they do. It's gonna be great.
Oh, it's gonna be something. Let me tell you.
It's gonna be fucking epic.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. They're stupid. And I don't understand how that got past quality control. Other than that, I don't play the game much anymore. I just think they're fucking stupid. That's all I got.
Rip.
Moving on to the next topic. Sony reportedly working on the PS5 Pro. Tell us about it, Carter.
Um, yeah, there's not like a ton about this right now. The two big things people have seen or heard about it, there was some like Bloomberg like investors meeting or something, I think, and someone had like casually thrown it out there like by name. Like they had called it, I don't know if it was by name, but they had said that they were working on an enhanced version of the PlayStation 5. So people were kind of taking that and running with it. There really hasn't been any kind of official response, but it has kind of been rumored basically since the original models launched that they were going to work on a newer version. I don't really know what that would entail. Um, as far as like specs or features go, unless they're doing it to be more compatible with like the upcoming PSVR 2 headset. I don't really see the purpose of them doing an upgraded model this early in the life of it. Um, so we'll see. There's really not a whole lot to go off of, but it's interesting that for something that is not going to be nearly as big of a leap as like the PS4 to PS4 Pro was, it's weird that there's been this much consistent talk about it.
That's fair.
They did also announce, and I think I posted about this separately, but while we're on the topic, they did announce that they're doing like their version of like an Xbox Pro controller. Like they're gonna do like a premium or an Xbox Elite controller, I should
Oh,
say.
there you go. Okay.
Um, they're coming out with like their own crazy premium model of a console or a controller, and it's pretty much gonna have all the bells and whistles that the Xbox Pro controller does, whatever the fuck you want to call it anymore. Um, like the joysticks that come in and out, like the reprogrammable shit. It would be interesting to see that coupled with something new in addition to that. I guess I don't know.
Quite true.
It's there's a lot of shut up and wait kind of things going on this week.
That's fair. I did notice that a little bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. My thoughts on it are that's cool that they are. I'm not surprised that they want to come out with a pro version. Um, I'm a little curious as to see how Xbox is gonna handle it. What kind of like design reformations they're gonna do. Whether it's gonna be a combination of a little bit of aesthetic and a lot of hardware, or vice versa, or like a balanced or not. But
Yeah,
Yeah, guess it'll just be a wait and see kind of thing. Um, Hopefully it'll give you a little bit more bang for your buck because I'm sure obviously it's going to be more expensive. So
Hopefully, a lot of people have also said their theories on it is that it's just going to be hardware that makes it easier to work around like the chip shortages that have made the console so fucking hard to get. So, if nothing else, that's something to look forward to, I suppose.
I'm curious what
It
kind
would
of
be really
innovation they're going
cool.
to have for that.
It would be really, yeah, it's hard to say for sure without knowing too much more about it, but
Yeah.
it would be really cool to start being able to see some of my buds get a PS5 too.
Um. But yeah. I think that's it on the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, that's all I
Um.
got.
Let's see here. Carter, this one will get you nice and riled up.
Oh
Diablo
God.
Immortal streamer spending passes 20K without legendary gem. Tell us about it.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's right there on the tin. He fucking Diablo Immortal, everyone's favorite free to play game by everyone's favorite developers, Activision Blizzard. Um, came out. It's not great. There's been plenty to criticize about the free to play model and the way they are milking dry every last fucking iota of this game. To the point where I didn't really, and we can talk about that later, but like that game has ruined that fucking franchise for me so bad. I was actively not excited for the Diablo 4 footage that they showed off this week. um, just because I know they're gonna fuck it up in a similar fashion. But yeah, no, there was a streamer that went and dumped a fuck ton of money into it because Activision's like, oh, if you invest your time and your money into it, you'll get the best gear. You're gonna rise to the top. This dude, I don't know if he set out to disprove the theory, um, but he definitely did. Uh, dropped over 10 fucking stacks into this game. Did not get a single legendary.
I would
Legendary gem. It's not
cry.
even like a legendary item. It is a legendary crafting component for items.
I would cry.
Didn't get one. And he did this. His stream was over, and before, like, as he was ending his stream, he uninstalled it, and he was just like, I'm never playing this fucking game again. This game's shit. Don't waste your time."
Can't blame him for that.
I that's that should be your takeaway from this entire fucking game at this point. I'm a company at this point, but yeah, I don't know. I said it last week when it came out. I'll say it again. Don't fucking play Diablo Immortal. There are so many better mobile games out there that are
Please.
worth your time. And honestly, I could think of about 5 games that would cost you a few bucks, but it's a one-time purchase and you get a full fucking game
Quite true.
instead of the fucking gotcha machine that I don't know. Have I said I hate Blizzard recently?
I think you need to reiterate it for the class.
I They piss me off so much. It baffles me that a company with that much money, that any company with that much money can continue to be so fucking tone deaf
Right?
in every capacity. Whether it's them, whether it's EA, just make fucking good games and people will buy your games. That's what got you to where you are now.
It really shouldn't be
Just
that
keep
hard.
doing that. Just keep doing it. It shouldn't be.
I don't
Like
know,
when a
man.
teacher gets arrested for like sleeping with a student. It's like you point to a kid in the hall and say, hey, you know how you're not sleeping with that student right now? Good. Keep doing that. And then that's just like your entire fucking career. It is the exact same principle.
That's fair.
Like, hey, you know how you made a really good game and you didn't sell out to this fucking casino style monetization? Good.
Keep
Keep doing that
fucking doing that,
forever,
please.
forever, and you're fine. That is all you fucking need to do.
Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of like I come to fully expect that mobile games are going to be that way to an extent, but this level
Not
of
like that
predatory
though.
behavior is a bit much. It's a bit much.
If you need a game like this that badly, um, I'm gonna say it. You can roast me in the comments. I don't care. Minecraft Dungeons. Uh,
Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft Dungeons kicks ass. It is so fun. It's great, and it's like $20. Minecraft Dungeons, and it's got like a full fucking Diablo style um Paragon post game thing.
Oh,
$40.
interesting.
It's even got a Diablo 2 camera.
Hmm.
You know, from when Blizzard was a good company. They reference that. I
Hmm.
don't know.
I would love some more pizza.
Play
Thank you. Yeah, no, I fully expect him to keep this up until I would like to say until it kind of ruins their IP, but we got people like once again, like fucking what's his face, Shroud. I don't know if he said this ironically or not on fucking stream, but he said some shit like you know what I love most about this game, that there's no cap. I can just keep spending money and improving. And I'm just kind of like, well, that's kind of disappointing to hear. Just a tad.
there.
So, yeah,
Are
I don't
you
know.
are you are you here?
Am I here? What you
Yes.
mean?
I mean, I've been saying your name for like 15 seconds and you haven't been responding.
Wait, is my okay? My mic isn't muted. Okay, I was saying something. Did you hear me? What about the Blizzard thing?
No.
What? Okay, here. Let me reiterate
No.
it. Um, um, what I was saying was that I understand that they're a mobile game, but at the end of the day, shitty business practices. That's all I got. Like that's all that
Yep.
really needs to be said.
Yep.
Like I don't want this kind of shit in my games, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, as
It's a
long as
bad
people
thing.
just keep filling their pockets, it's just gonna keep happening. So,
That's right.
it's great. Love it. But let's see here. On to the next article, which is Overwatch 2 ditches loot boxes but adds battle passes and a store. How do you feel about that, Carter?
I mean, I just said it with fucking Diablo Immortal. Like, fine, it's a free to play game, whatever. They gotta monetize it somehow.
Wait, Overwatch 2 is going to be free to play?
Yes, they announced that at the Xbox thing. Overwatch 2 is launching completely free to play.
I must have
And
missed
in
that when I was
lieu,
watching it then.
yes, in lieu of loot boxes, they are going, you know, to what every other game they've done in the last 10 years has been, which is a battle pass, season pass. It's not a season pass, it's a battle pass. Um, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. That game isn't going to flop at all. Everyone's gonna love it.
Absolutely not.
Game of the decade, game of the century.
Let's not go that
Fucking
far.
Elden Ring, who Overwatch 2 is coming out. No,
Um,
it's gonna be great. You just don't get it.
I mean, me personally, I don't give a shit whether or not it flops or not. I don't play the game. I've never really been much of a big Overwatch fan to begin with, so like whether or not they want to kill their game is
I
up to them.
liked a lot of Overwatch 1, and then they kind of killed it with their balance patches after that fucking hamster ball came out. And they were
Yes.
like, "Hey, let's let the tank deal like 300 fucking DPS in 9 seconds."
Is
And
is
we're like, "Are
is
you
that a
sure
lot?
about that?"
Is that a
And
lot?
they were like, "Yep."
All right. That's actually tragic. I didn't realize the big ass hamster killed the game that badly.
It did for me. That was like the beginning of the end.
Jesus. Honey, Jesus. But guess we shall see. I've seen there's some games that are able to make battle passes work or just don't completely kill the game. I know that Rainbow Six Siege, even though it's a pay to play game, like you have to buy the game at the same time, but I haven't heard any serious complaints about it. Um, Obviously Master Duel does pretty good with it. Um, Maybe a couple other games if that,
For as
but
many other problems as they have with Halo Infinite, I really strongly agree. I will stand by their choices for doing what they do with their Battle Pass system. I
that's
think
fair.
if you're buying it, even if you're past the season, you should still at least be able to
Be able to complete it at
get
some
what
point.
you're buying. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I would agree.
I think that's one thing they've done that's really cool that I would like to see a lot of other people adopt,
I agree.
especially in
I
these,
agree.
especially in like full retail price games where you're paying for the game itself in addition to.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the few positives of that fucking game. Um, let's see here. Last free throwing article we got here is Final Fantasy VII. The remake will be a trilogy, which I'm pretty sure they already announced this years ago. But well, I guess we're going over it again.
I don't know if they did it years ago. They said it was going to be a two-parter for sure because they were splitting up the game. The main game itself, from what I understand, is being split up very similar to how similar to how it was in PS2 or PS1 with the two discs.
Oh,
Final Fantasy VII was one of them two-disc PS1 games.
oh, I see. That's that. Actually, no, I remember Kane saying something about that. Actually, okay. I don't know. Do you
Yep,
think it's gonna kill the game?
uh, no, people are gonna buy it. It's Final Fantasy VII. People love it. So, plus with what they announced, it's definitely something that I know a lot of people were hoping for that are fans of the series. Um, it is I can't think of the fucking name of it without looking at the article, but boop, 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 doo. Hang on here. Fuck, hang on. I can't. I can't find it. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm so fucking good at podcasting.
We're getting into the hang of it. It's fine.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, this article didn't even have the other one. This is before they had announced the other thing that I shared. They are redoing. No, not Ever Crisis. It's the fucking mobile game. God damn it. If Kane was here, we would have been done with this by now, but I'm an idiot, so. Crisis Core. There we go. I knew it had the word crisis in it. They're remaking Crisis Core, which is another beloved game in the Final Fantasy VII series. Um, a lot of people weren't really expecting them to do a full blown remake. I know there's a couple of streamers I watch that are really into it that we're honestly just kind of expecting them to do like maybe up there doing like a full blown from the ground up remaster.
Oh, I see.
So
You good, Carter? You're breaking up a bit, brother.
but no, it's for as much as I don't like is how they are doing. What?
Hello.
What? Hi.
He dropped out for a second.
Shit. No, my fucking internet cut out.
Anyways, as you were saying.
So it's gonna be cool. I wish they would have just done the base game as like one single release because there's not really a reason for them to milk it beyond money. Um, but it's cool that they're giving like the diehard fans like the full treatment as a proper from the ground up thing.
That's fair. I'd agree. I'd agree. Um, I've never really played a lot of the Final Fantasy games. I think um I played Final Fantasy Lightning Returns partially.
The
Never beat it.
fuck is that?
It's a Final Fantasy game. That's all I can tell you.
It sure sounds like it.
um, and then I also played um, what was it? Final Fantasy 15. There we go. I beat almost all of it on stream, but then I realized very late in the game that I had done fucked up and didn't grind enough, so I kept running into free roaming Giga Chad fucking boss monsters that were like 3 times my fucking level. And I couldn't kill any of them because I was like level 25, if that, because I sped through the game. So I just said, fuck this. I'll come back to it at some point. I have yet to come back to it.
Cool. Um, I am actually about to start my endeavors through that franchise as a whole. I they had Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and then both parts of 10 with that revamped PlayStation Plus service. So it is next on my docket for sure. I shouldn't say next. I'm actually planning on playing the Toy Story 2 game tomorrow. But after that, that's going to be like my next big
Oh, hell yeah.
ask, I suppose. So, because I've never played any of them, I've always wanted to. I don't know, didn't have the time, I suppose. But while there's a break in the new stuff coming out, I figured I would jump into that and see what it's all about.
Love to hear it. So there you go, guys. If you're looking for someone to play through the Final Fantasy games, there you go. There's your boy.
True.
He's here. Fucking ready.
Twitch.tv/Markov's Portrait. I am one follower away from a hot tub stream. That is not a joke. My end of year goal was 50. We are at 49 right now. So
Fucking get me there, boys.
I'm saying.
Lads, boys, lads. But um, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
I don't know. They're not milking this the way I thought they were going to, which is a good thing, I think. So I was really worried it was going to be where they're just like, okay, you're getting 1/4 of this game every 8 years because that's how fast we develop shit. Like it's pretty quick. Because in addition to them saying, in addition to the spin-off game like the Crisis Core coming out, I don't think they've specified yet. They just said this winter. So whether it's late this year or early next is yet to be seen. But
Oh, I see.
they're doing that, and then they also said that the second part of Final Fantasy VII is coming out next year. So
Hmm.
if they do that, that'll actually be I'll be pretty impressed as far as Square releasing shit at a consistent pace goes.
Right.
They don't really do that.
Hmm. Um. Maybe
So they
Maybe I'll buy the remake too at some point and play through it on stream because
Yeah.
I'm
It's
playing
going to be
through.
interesting too, because I think Final Fantasy 16 is also slated for next year. So
True.
if they can manage to do both, it's going to be a fucking huge year for that
That is true.
fucking fandom. I'm very excited for them.
Oh yeah. Fucking, I think the only campaign games I'm really playing through right now is Seamless Co-op, regular Elden Ring, um, and that's about it, honestly. I still need to beat Dying Light 2, so that's a thing.
I need to finish that as well.
Still need to. I've been playing a lot of Siege though with the boys, so I don't know when that'll get
Valid,
finished.
valid.
But yeah. Uh, but yeah, we will see with that. I don't really have an opinion on whether or not the trilogy is good or bad for the franchise. I just gotta trust the stands of the franchise to basically tell me whether or not it is.
Another one I was hoping Kane would be here for.
Right? Excuse me. Guess the last thing we really have to talk about tonight is the motherfucking Xbox showcase. So much shit was released. So many highlights. Was not a bad showcase at all from Microsoft. Um, First and foremost, they announced around I think 30 Jesus Christ, 30 titles, like in total for the game or for the showcase, and they should all be
Yep.
coming out within 12 months of.
That was the part that really stuck out to me is they showed off like an hour and a half's worth of shit. And they were all like, everything I don't even know that it's coming out by the end of next year. They had said that everything in that showcase was coming out within the next 12 months.
Yep.
So like between now and next June,
Yep.
which
So
is insane.
that is
But
actually hella crazy.
yeah, we'll jump into that as we go.
Yeah.
But
Some of the big hitters that were announced or were shown additional footage was Redfall, which is what I agree with Markov over here. Is what I would like, what we would like to think is the game that we wanted Back for Blood to be, basically.
it's and
It
it's
looks
what a
pretty
lot of
interesting.
people are
Um,
saying about it too.
Vampire
It's
shit,
definitely that.
mentioned Hive Mind a couple times, so that sounds interesting. Abilities on the 4 characters, obviously 4-player co-op. Um, just looks like a goddamn good time.
Yeah,
Um,
it's got like the class. It looks like it has the class-based systems that were in Back for Blood that
uh-huh.
weren't quite fleshed out, but it looks like this has a lot more effort and attention going into it. Almost like I would almost say like Borderlands 2 level like character class variety.
Oh yeah.
It's just yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. Anyway.
Let's see here. Another big hitter that was released or not released, announced or shown more footage slash a more solid release date was Starfield. According to Mr. Todd Howard himself, even though I take his word with an extreme amount of fucking salt, um, he alleges that there's going to be around 1,000 planets, and you're going to be able to traverse them planet wide. Um, So that'll be interesting. My one thing is I just hope that they don't start regurgitating the same biome over and over, like they come out with maybe 4 and then just repeat it with maybe different colors or some shit like that. I also heard from a coworker of mine that said that you aren't able to like free land like you are in No Man's Sky. Um, you have to, or you can only plant yourself at pre-designated areas on the planet, and that's how you go down to the planet. Me personally, I don't like that because I'm a big, I want to say sci-fi nerd, but I love the feeling of space, and I do like No Man's Sky and Elite Dangerous's way of getting you into the planet by literally having to like actually go ahead and just steer all the way down to it. I like seeing like the breaking of the atmosphere, seeing it burn across your visor as you're going down. I love that whole shit. I do not like the fact that they're gonna have instead there a loading screen. That's me personally, though.
Yeah, I a lot of this game, the longer it gets delayed, is kind of setting itself up to compete with No Man's Sky, which for as shitty as a start as that had is probably I would say is one of the better overall sci-fi games out there. So it's like I'm sure sales wise it's gonna be fine. It's a fucking Bethesda game, but like critically, it's gonna be really interesting to see how people compare those two
Yeah.
once they're both out in the open. But especially with whatever the fuck they end up doing with No Man's Sky for the next year, because God knows they'll pump out 5 more fucking updates.
Right.
But
Um. Yeah. I want Starfield to succeed, but that
oh,
part
for sure.
alone is like very troubling. And also, like I said, the whole Thousand Planets thing seems cool, but I don't know if they're gonna have it. Like, obviously, I've only played, I don't know, like maybe 13 hours in No Man's Sky, but I have yet to find a planet that either looks exactly the same or like the creatures kind of like regurgitate themselves a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean the biomes themselves don't seem too repetitive, at least so far. And I think all of us together have discovered maybe around 50 planets, if I had to guess.
Probably.
So that's obviously a strong start, and I don't know whether or not they are randomly generated or not, or if they were handmade. And I also don't know if that's a good or a bad thing for either one that they choose, because Bethesda isn't exactly good when it comes to quality control.
Yeah, I people have great memories about like the fucking Skyrim jank and the Fallout jank when those games came out, and like that's fine, but you cannot continue to launch games in that fucking janky ass broken state at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that charm is no longer there.
Like, because once again, I love Fallout 3. I thought it was a fantastic RPG overall. I played the fucking game like all the way through like 5 or 6 times, okay? Absolutely loved it. Hated the game for 6 months to like a year because I got all the way through the entire fucking storyline, beat all the DLCs and everything, and all I had to do left was to find all the unique weapons in the game. There were 13 total, and I had 10. My save randomly corrupted itself, and I had to start all the fuck over. Instantly lost attraction to the game. I said fuck off, and I didn't look back for at least a year. That's kind of shit only happens because you're at this point. That shit will still happen because you're on the same fucking engine. I want to know if they made a new engine for Starfield.
I want to believe them, but a lot of what they showed off for the gameplay um, was honestly pretty rough looking. There were a lot of incredibly noted like frame skips and stutters.
See, now, me being me, I didn't notice the frame skips. I would have to go back and watch the trailer. Well,
Uh,
okay, hold on.
if
I
you
won't say
don't,
that.
you
I seen a little
just
bit of hitching, but I figured that the textures were still loading in because I will admit, the first planet that they showed on this trailer actually did look cool. It looked beautiful. Now,
yeah,
the
I
crab
mean, it
fucking
was the
things
first
were.
planet when the No Man's Sky reveal happened. And
Now, I would still say that No Man's Sky looks prettier, but then again, the only planet that they showed in that trailer was like a barren moon, it looked like.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's
But nonetheless, like from what little we did see of that planet, even though it was barren, the lighting looked really good. The textures didn't look fucking terrible. The the character model for you in third person still looks janky. Did not like that whatsoever. Um,
you know,
but the crab things that were cruising along the fucking ground. They looked pretty smooth. They looked pretty good. Um, but yeah.
Yeah,
So we shall see with that.
we'll
Um,
see.
let's see here. What else? What else did they talk about, Carter?
Oh, let me pull the list. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna go through this whole list because there was just there's so much shit coming out in the next year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, there's this game developed by Squatch Games, which is the game development studio headed by Justin Roiland, who is the co-creator and voices of Rick and Morty. Um, it is a first-person shooter where the guns are all talking aliens. There wasn't really like a plot synopsis, but if you like dumb over the top sci-fi stuff and or Rick and Morty, it was Justin Roiland doing a bunch of yelling as a bunch of different alien creatures, and it looks pretty fucking fun.
Okay.
That comes out in October.
Oh yeah, no, I
Um,
remember seeing that. Yeah, no, that shit looked wild. Like
yeah,
I don't obviously I don't think they're the first game ever to think of, hey, let's make living creatures your actual weapons, but the way that they interact
it
with
is the
your
way that
character,
specifically Justin Roiland is going to do it. The way that only he can. Um, if you're ever bored and you have a strong stomach, I highly recommend looking up like his early internet cartoons because they're fucking insane. The man is mentally deranged, and I love him. But
that's funny.
let's see what else. Oh, the whole fucking Riot Games partnership.
That threw me for a loop.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that, Mr. League?
Holy shit. So, Mr. Mark Merrill himself showed up on the showcase, and he decided to state publicly that or Riot Games as a whole is going to be having some part in Xbox Game Pass, which means that League of Legends, TFT, Valorant, and Legends of Runeterra will also all be available on Xbox Game Pass. If you do make an account through Game Pass, or link yours or whatever the case may be for you to do that all that shit. Basically, if you are trying to play League of Legends, or I guess you can play all of them, but if you're playing League of
Mm,
Legends through the Game Pass, you'll get all the champions for free, as well as I think some skins, either monthly or like just in general. If you are playing Legends of Runeterra or TFT, you're gonna get certain decks or maybe cards or packs or something like that for Legends of Runeterra, and you'll get certain little legends for free. And if you're playing Valorant, you get all the heroes for free. So that's cool.
how's that? Yeah, how does that make you feel?
Um, I
I
mean,
don't. I am firmly in the camp of people who despise Riot Games. So I'm not good at any other game.
Jesus.
So
I do think
it's a me
that
thing. I know. I will
I don't know
not be working on it.
for the all champions for free thing. I don't really give a shit about that. I know some people will call it pay to win or not, but at the end of the day, people are still gonna get accounts for getting all the champions for free, and they're gonna get those accounts for like $5 if they are literally
Right.
trying to
Well,
do nothing but go straight into ranked.
and do you not have to pay for any of the non-base roster champ or weekly rotation champions anyway?
Yeah, that too. So like
So,
they already
like, what
they
part of that is pay to win that wasn't already?
yeah, I don't know. Some people were saying that. I just kind of ignored it. I'm just like, no, it's not really like they may have champions of a lot of champions available, but that doesn't get League of Legends is a very skill dependent game. You can say that, oh yeah, I got all the champions, but if you're fucking bronze and you pick up trying to play Yasuo for the first time, it's not gonna go too well for you. Let me tell you. That he scales hard, but he also gets bullied super fucking hard.
Right.
As for the Valorant thing, I don't know if that would really imply like balance inequality. Um, for me personally, I would see it the same as what you call it? As League of Legends, where it's just like that it shouldn't really matter. It's just more diversity. Um, and then as
Yeah.
for TFT
I get
and
that.
for TFT, I don't think Little Legends even impact gameplay. I'm pretty sure they're just there as avatars. That's it. So I don't really see an issue with that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that was. I don't know. From the perspective of someone that doesn't play those games, it was kind of wild to see that for me. But I'm sure it'll mean a lot for the people playing them.
yeah. I don't know. I
Um,
would have to listen to people that actually play the game to know whether or not it would actually be one of those kinds of things, to be honest.
yeah, I've got a few friends that play it, and they didn't really have a whole lot of feelings about it that I've seen at least. So it can't be that crazy. Um, Next on the docket, they are doing a new Forza Motorsport game. So I know Forza Horizons came out last year, which is kind of like their big open world, like Burnout Paradise style series where you just drive around and do events and stuff. But the Forza Motorsport games are more like proper racing games. So they are going back to that, which will be pretty interesting. Um, they're still touting like the big hyper realistic car customization and all that cool stuff, so it'll still be pretty nuts. But
That is cool. I did
yeah,
see gameplay for
uh,
it. The game looks fucking gorgeous.
that's yeah. That was one of when I got my Xbox. I The first thing I played was Forza Horizon or whatever the open world one was, and it is a beautiful game. Um, that engine is crazy.
Quite true, quite true. Game look
Yeah,
beautiful. That water looks so good.
yuppers. Um, we talked about it earlier. Overwatch 2 is coming out in October. Um, they had confirmed everyone's speculation about a free to play model. They also revealed a new character, the Junker Queen. They didn't really, it was another cinematic, so there's not really any kind of character specific stuff as far as the role that she plays, but she'll probably be another support or a defense. Um, Comes out October 4th. Uh, they had confirmed it for PC and Xbox. They have yet to do any kind of post conference information about Sony consoles from what I've seen. So it'll be interesting to see if that ends up as a timed exclusive or an overall Xbox exclusive.
True.
But yeah, that is free to play. Comes out in October.
Fantastic.
Um, the other one we touched on as far as Blizzard stuff goes, Diablo 4 got a reveal trailer for their final class, which, if you have played Diablo 3, it is not a new class like they are screaming about. A Necromancer will be in the base game. Uh,
Holy
that's
shit.
that's the big reveal. Yeah. So we got Necromancer, Barbarian, Sorceress, Rogue, and a Druid. So they had gone into a lot of detail about like the new Paragon system, and like a bunch of other like social aspects and stuff.
Uh huh.
Um, Particularly in like the PvP stuff, there are new like PvP zones where you can just kind of kick each other's ass ad nauseum. and if you are someone who is actively killing people proficiently, um, they will ping you as being like a high value target, and you'll basically turn into a loot pinata when you die. So you will be incentivized to be hunted as you are killing,
Nice.
which is cool. It's interesting. Um, they did confirm full blown crossplay between console and PC, as well as full support of couch co op, which is cool. I think that's kind of dying in today's age. Um,
Which is
Other
honestly
than
a
that,
shame, to be honest.
yeah, I agree. Um, it's pretty easy to do with the top down game, though, so I'm glad that they're putting in that much effort at least. Um, Other than that, they kind of went into detail with the proper, you can do like full blown character customization now. And they had shown off that whole creator a little bit. If you're into that kind of thing, it's pretty cool, pretty in depth. I personally get bored after 5 minutes of making my own character in a game, but it's cool for the people that aren't. Um, I guess I'm still gonna be watching this one to see how it pans out in the long haul.
Truth.
They did confirm that it's gonna be a day one Game Pass thing, so
Which is
if
also
nothing
nice. More
else, it'll be a
incentive yet
little,
again.
yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, we'll see how that one shakes out. I I want it to be good, I really do. Um, but we'll see. Um, we already talked about Starfield. Those were like the big games. Um, but there was a lot of other stuff that they had done as well. They showed off a trailer for the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silk Song. If you haven't played the original Hollow Knight, fantastic game. What are you doing? Go play it. Um, there was no release date like people were hoping, but with it being touted as a game coming out within the next 12 months, it will be soon, hopefully. Uh, that is currently slated for Xbox and PC as well. A sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence. They showed off new information for A Plague Tale Requiem. I did not play Plague Tale, so I don't really know the plot, but looked like a pretty single player game.
Uh huh.
So that'll be rad. Um, they announced free DLC slash ghost dropped free DLC for Flight Simulator. That being the Pelican from Halo. Uh, the Pelican from Halo is now a ship or a flyable vehicle in Flight Simulator. I don't know why. Um,
Because
they're
people
also
love Halo
adding.
still, even though they're
I
slowly,
suppose
steadily diving it into the fucking
I
ground.
I meant more so along the lines of it being touted as a hyper realistic flight simulator. But they also showed off future updates like the Wright brothers Kitty Hawk Flyer and the Spirit of St. Louis. So some fun, some fun historical ships if you're into that kind of thing. I
True,
haven't
true.
played Flight Simulator, but I think I downloaded it. So one of these days.
I don't know.
Um, yeah.
Nice, nice. Did they? I don't
Um,
remember. Did they show any other big hitters?
I'm kind of going through here. There were a lot of like expansions and stuff too. Um, there's a game, Aura History Untold. They didn't show off a ton of it, but it's like an alternate history strategy game, which is apparently set in the same world as Civilization 4. So
Oh,
if you're into Civ games, there's another one coming.
there you go.
They did some more stuff to show off the upcoming High Isle expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, which comes out on Tuesday. Um, just I think the notable thing about this one, if I'm remembering it correctly, is it is the first completely new area in the game.
Oh, okay.
It's like a region that's never been explored before in the series beyond like lore books and stuff that you find throughout the world. Um, so that's cool that there's like actual new content in it,
Truth.
new places to explore. Um, they had also announced a new expansion to Fallout 76 called The Pit. This expansion takes place in what used to be Pittsburgh, where players will forge new alliances, undertake new challenges, and earn all new rewards. I don't I don't know anything about Fallout 76, so I don't have a whole lot to say about that. That is slated for a September release this year.
Okay.
Um, Talking about Forza Horizon 5 earlier, they are bringing back the beloved Hot Wheels expansion from Horizon from Horizon 4.
Jesus.
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a two-scale Hot Wheels tracks, I should say. Um, it's just fucking Hot Wheels in the sky. You're driving on Hot Wheels courses with your stupid hyper realistic Jaguar or whatever the fuck you have, and it's dumb. It's fun. Um, that is slated for July 19th. That is my birthday, so that'll be fun.
Hey.
Hey. Um, they did another trailer for Arc 2, which is coming out sometime next year, which it looked like more Arc. So if you're into those games and you've got the fucking patience, because God knows I don't, it looks like it's going to be a good time. We got new gameplay footage for Scorn, which has been a
Yes, that
long
has
in
been a
development
game that
first-person game.
people were just kind of like, yeah, we don't know if this is actually coming out at this point.
Yeah, it's got a concrete release date now of October 21st. Um, it's, it, I mean, this description here sums it up pretty well. It's H.R. Geiger and H.P. Lovecraft type, just fucking existential horror
Truth.
and world design. Um, Looks great. I'm really excited.
I think it'll be an interesting game.
Yeah. Um, there is this game Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, which is an action adventure game that promises gunpowder packed and magic fueled combat, whatever that means. Um, I don't know. Look kind of. I don't like using this word to describe things, but it looked kind of generic to me. So we'll see. They didn't really show off a whole lot, but I don't know. It's coming out early next year, so hopefully we'll see more to kind of gas that up a little bit.
Yeah.
um, Minecraft Legends, a proper Minecraft RPG, is coming out sometime next year. The stuff that they showed off was third person. It kind of reminds me of like, I think it was called Trove. It's like a free to play 3D, like same graphical style. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna be like an open world proper like Minecraft RPG game. And it looks really fun. For as much as I'm not good at Minecraft, and because I'm not good at it, I have no desire to play it because I hate how much you lose every time you die, and I hate having to build it back up constantly, so I just don't fuck with it. Um, I mentioned it earlier. Minecraft Dungeons is great. Minecraft Legends also looks like it's going to be great. I'm actually a little bit hyped for this one to see if they pull it off the same way.
I'll be I'm curious to see how it'll play out, to be honest.
Yeah, like if it's, I feel like this is going to be one where if it's good, it's going to be really good. So,
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
there is another game, Lightyear Frontier. Um, from what I could glean from it and what they're describing, it's like a homestead building game. So think like your Stardew Valleys, your Harvest Moons, Rune Factory. Um, but you are on an alien world um, with a transforming mech that you have to kind of help you build things and scavenge resources.
Okay.
The art style is super fun. Looks like cell shaded, um, just cartoony, I guess. It looks really interesting. I'm excited for that one when it comes out early next year. Um, I like me a good cozy game, as the internet calls them, just like a sit down and build life kind of deal. Which,
Honestly, as I've gotten older, I've gotten into those games a lot more.
right?
Like,
Which
don't get me
I
wrong,
mean,
still like my action games, still like my story heavy games and shit like
oh
that.
dude,
Probably will
you gotta
never
play
change.
Starter.
But
You gotta
like
play
I
Starter
need
Valley.
balance. I need games where I can just relax and not have to fucking worry about something coming up and bopping me in the fucking head or some shit like that.
Have you played Stardew Valley?
No, but I've been told that it's probably not
You
the worst game to try.
you and Amber would have so much fun playing Stardew together.
Is it on
It's like
Switch?
that. Yes, it's on everything.
Might have to look into it then. Because I also need to get Switch Sports for us, Smash Brothers, Mario Party, Mario Kart, and I
Yeah.
also need
I'm
to
probably
get.
gonna wait for that golf DLC to drop before I get Switch Sports.
That's
So
fair. I need to get. Oh, and she also wants me to buy her Sims 4. That way, she has something to play on my computer.
valid. Don't let
She
her
loves
talk you into
Sims,
buy the
so
DLC and you'll be fine.
she can buy the damn DLC, bro. I've seen that shit.
There you go. There you go.
Fucking like $200 worth of microtransactions. I'm okay.
Oh yeah. Um, what else? Oh, there is a console release for Gunfire Reborn. I picked this up on Steam about a year ago, back when it was still in beta. It's a pretty fun, it's like a roguelite first-person shooter game. I think it's got up to, I know it's got at least two-player co-op, but I think it might have it up to four.
Ooh.
Um, I mean, like as far as roguelites go, if you've played one, you've kind of played them all, as far as like the gameplay loop is concerned. So you've got a bunch of different weapons and gadgets and gear that synergize with each other. Um, find the boss, kill the boss, get to the next area, wash, rinse, repeat. Um, but it's pretty well done. I like it for what it is.
Okay.
It's fun. That is coming out in October on Game Pass. That is available on Steam right now, though. So
Hell yeah.
if you can't wait 6 months or 4 months at this point, it's on there for you. Um, what else? God, there really was a lot. I lied. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Um, is advertised as a Tim Burton-esque mystery game set in an old mansion where a couple was murdered and their child has gone missing. You are navigating the mansion's secret organizations, forbidden rituals, and cold-blooded crimes to crack the case and survive.
I think I
That
remember
is coming
seeing
out.
that. Isn't it like some sort of like fucking tentacle ridden like fucking shadow
Yeah,
following you around?
yeah. It looked like they had some Lovecraft stuff going on. Um, the visuals reminded me a lot of like Limbo,
True.
and the name of the game that they made after Limbo, same studio. This isn't the same studio as
Limbo
those two,
2,
but
Between
no, it's
Worlds.
not. Is it?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, fuck you. Um, yeah, it looks interesting. Those aren't quite my speed of games, but I know there's a market for them, and it looks like that game is going to do a lot for those people. So I'm excited for people to be excited, I suppose. Um, there was a visual novel called As Dusk Falls. Um, a visual novel or interactive drama for 1 to 8 players, where you make life-changing decisions for a family on the run from a mysterious past. Uh, they didn't really give a whole lot away as far as like the story goes, but the art style was really interesting, and I don't know, as far as visual novels go, it's cool to see one get like a proper, I would almost call it like a high budget release or like mainstream attention,
Hmm.
because there doesn't really seem to be a whole lot of those nowadays. So it's cool to see that get some attention. Um, that is also slated for a July 19th release on Game Pass, PC, and every green console, every console that's green. Um, that's all I have to say about that one.
All right.
Uh, another one that was a big deal for someone I had never heard of it before this. Um, Naraka Blade Point is coming to Game Pass. Apparently, it's already got 10 million active players, so it's got a pretty big install base, and that is set to get bigger when that comes to Game Pass on June 23rd, which is this week. Um, popular indie game Grounded, which has been in early access for a couple years now, is getting a proper 1.0 release in September of this year. If you don't know what Grounded is, basically think Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but it's a survival game, and you are the kids.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Okay, I know what game you're
Yeah,
talking about now.
it's it was pretty big when it first launched into like beta or early access. Really interesting concept. I'm kind of surprised no one had really done it before that. Um, it looks like a ton of fun. I just don't have people to play it with, and I know that I won't be good at it, so, so I'm not too worried about it. But it looks fun.
Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Um, there is also a new game announced by an entirely new studio. Debut from Baby Robot Games. They're releasing Araban Shadow Legacy. It is a title that calls on you to harness mystical shadow powers, high tech gadgets, and avoid or kill to uncover the truth about your past and the key to saving a dying, morally gray universe. Um, had a lot of like Slay the Spire, like Darkest Dungeon vibes from what little they showed off as far as the art style. Um, I guess I'm not really sure what kind of gameplay we're looking at here, but it looks interesting. If you know me, if you've been around long enough, you know I'm going to support indie devs unless their game is outright shit,
True,
which very
true.
rarely are they. Um, I think it's pretty cool that these guys' first game is just casually on this giant fucking Microsoft panel. So that'll be
Yeah.
cool. No release date for that, but again, everything in this showcase is currently touted as coming out within the next year. So um, there's a game called Pentiment, which takes place in the page of an illuminated manuscript. You play as journeyman artist Andreas Mahler trying to survive a time of great social unrest in 16th century Bavaria. Um, if I am remembering this one right, I think this is the new Obsidian game, and it was all like the art styles like medieval Renaissance era hand drawn stuff, with a lot of like very heavy dialogue, character choice stuff. It looked interesting. I don't know if it'll keep my attention, but I know people like Obsidian games, so it'll be good for someone.
There you go.
What else? Uh, new Sea of Thieves season is coming out July 21st. Um, there's more ships, new loot hubs, more rewards, more Sea of Thieves. and they wrote a fun little pirate jig about it too. It was a cute trailer. Um, Comes out next month. Um, there is a game called Ravenlock, which is an action RPG from the creators of Echo Generation, which I have not heard of. Set in a dark and twisted world reminiscent of Leica Studios' Coraline. I honestly don't remember that one. I would have to watch the trailer again to jog my memory. Um, but I don't remember it looking like shit. So that is slated for 2023. Speaking of Limbo, Cocoon. Cocoon is the new game coming from Limbo and Inside. Inside was the other game. Creator Jeppe Carlson. They didn't show off a whole lot for this one, but it said that there is you will be mastering world-leaping mechanics to unravel a cosmic mystery. So I'm sure it'll be that team's brand of weird, which again people seem to like. So that'll be fun.
All right.
That is also coming out next year. A new franchise from Team Ninja, Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
I did see
Hack
that.
and slasher. It looks fucking rad.
It does indeed.
Hack and slasher set in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty, where you face off against a horde of demons plaguing the Three Kingdoms. That is slated for early next year as well. Moving on to some of the juicier third-party shit. After years of speculation and begging across social media, the Persona franchise is finally making its way to Microsoft platforms with the release of Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royale. All coming out within the next year. Persona 5 Royal specifically coming to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass on October 21st of this year. The release dates for 3 and 4 are to be determined, but I would imagine... I mean, 4 is already on Steam, so I would imagine they're just kind of gonna stagger these out.
Mm-hmm.
But that was fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
They had also, the day after, Atlas had put out a press statement as well to confirm that Persona 3 and Persona 4 are also making their way to Sony consoles. So PlayStation will see those eventually. I guess it's not really even clear right now if it's going to be like a timed exclusive for them, which would be all kinds of fucking insane, given that history's franchise, like, given that series is history with Sony and PlayStation. But we'll see. As it stands right now, there's 3 really fucking kick-ass JRPGs coming to Microsoft platforms in the next year. So it'll be really cool to have people be able to experience those. I'm excited for them.
We all love our good old-fashioned JRPGs, brother.
It's true.
Tis
And then
true.
closing out the show, which I don't want to say I ignored it, but I was busy texting people about Persona when this happened. Hideo Kojima also announced that he is working on a completely new and Microsoft exclusive game.
Okay.
Didn't really give any kind of details about what it is, but Kojima said that it was something that he has always wanted to make. Knowing how that man works, it's going to be super interesting to see what they let him do. I love his games. They are fucking weird. Death Stranding is fucking weird. Metal Gear Solid is fucking weird. They're great games. I just don't understand what's happening half the time. But yeah, this is set to be like they had made it a point to say this is something I am doing with Microsoft. This is going to be an Xbox game. So And that is about everything that they had shown. Like I said, there is a lot of cool shit coming out in that Xbox ecosystem the next 12 months.
That is definitely a lot of shit. I don't know. I'm always happy for indie games. I do like myself some story games. However, I don't usually watch or play like active, essentially like interactive fucking stories unfolding through like before me and shit like that. Um, but it does sound interesting. Sounds peculiar. Um, Kojima coming out with a new game within like the next 5 or 6 years sounds pretty cool. Um, whenever he's actively involved in his IPs, he actually does extremely fucking well. There's a reason why he's made such a name for himself. Um,
Yeah, I mean the dude made Metal Gear, so
exactly. Exactly. So, oh, okay. But yeah, it's I'm assuming that's the last of the big hitters and the more notable ones. All right.
that was the entire article. That was the whole show.
Goddamn. It was a big ass show. It was definitely entertaining.
Yeah, it was a good hour-long thing. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really have anything else to go over for the night. I think that
Uh,
was the last of the articles. The main thing I wanted to talk about was the showcase, really.
yeah.
Uh, got anything else, Carter?
Uh, Todd Howard said there's more Fallout coming. Um, the next three Bethesda games are going to be Starfield, and then Elder Scrolls 6, and then Fallout 5.
All right.
So Starfield's coming out sometime next year, and then presumably sometime in 2030 we're gonna get Elder Scrolls 6, and then Fallout 5 will happen for my grandchild to enjoy.
No, that'll happen
lot
in
of cool stuff
2031. Come on now. It'll only take him an hour or take him a year to crack that shit out.
Yeah.
But guess we'll have to see
Yeah.
on that. I honestly don't mind them taking so long with Elder Scrolls. Maybe they're starting to learn their lesson. Not gonna lie, you lagged so fucking hard there.
Fan of waiting. There's a lot to look forward to. That's about as good a sign as any.
Yeah,
Hello.
basically.
Great.
Jesus Christ.
Great.
All right.
This has been our best podcast today.
It really has. Just full of spicy topics and spicy memes and spicy lag. It's great. A lot of flavor all around. But all right, well, I think that's all we got for y'all tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. If you did, make sure to drop a follow both here and on my Twitter as well as Markov's. He can link that in his Twitch. Speaking of which, his Twitch handle is exactly as it's spelled in the overlay/screen above, Markov's portrait. Make sure to sub to our YouTube channel. That's where we put all of our VODs at for the podcast. I will be uploading this one at some point. Don't know when, but this probably within the next couple days. So that'll be cool. Think that's all I got. Anything else, Carter?
Uh, I'm pretty actively streaming right now, like I mentioned earlier. Probably doing some Toy Story 2 stuff tomorrow. I'm just kind of going through the PS1 games and PS2 games that are on the new subscription right now, or the new service right now. So I'm gonna do that as like a quick little one-off or two-off, and then I plan on spending the rest of the summer doing my first foray into Final Fantasy, starting with the PS1 version of 7. So there's big things planned, big
All
things
right.
going on. Mm, Like I said earlier, completely like I know it's gonna come off as a joke because everything I say is a joke. Doing it now. Be that guy. If I hit 50 followers, and I'm at 49 followers over the edge.
He's getting there, lads. He's getting there.
Did I lag out again?
Nope, you're here. I'm just saying, you're
Okay,
getting there,
great.
bro. You're getting there.
Oh yeah.
I'm saving my sub just for you. You better hurry your ass up.
I'm going as fast as the people want me to go.
We'll tell them to hurry their asses up too, motherfucker. Anyways,
That's what the plug was.
what the dog doing?
What the plug doing?
But all right, well, I think
All
that'll be
right.
it for y'all tonight. Have a good one.
Peace out, gamers.